Hello, folks. It's been such a long time. So sorry. I also had to do some travels, but today a lot of things have gone under the bridge, nationally, internationally, and even as it concerns our program, Communication Moments. Well, it is me, Dr. Godswill Oki, once again with Communication Moments with Dr. Godswill Oki. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't also forget that we're here for your organizations, for your seminars, for your conferences, research efforts. We are here for you, and we've had a lot of responses coming in, and recall that should have gone into some other parts of marketing communication, which is so dear to my heart. But we spent so much time looking at aspects of internal communication as it concerns the organization, and it seems to persist. Now, somebody made some inquiries wanting to know about writing of minutes for a meeting. And I find that, it's such a good suggestion that is so important, a question. And also, it's also a cogent part, because with the minutes of a meeting, policies are made. With the minutes of a meeting, directions are given and instructions are given to departments, individuals, or thereabouts. The minutes of a meeting are formal communication tools which can be referred to. As a matter of fact, you can use them in law cases, you can use them to argue for or against a case, because they are recorded, they are official position concerning different issues. Now, the writer of the minutes of the meeting, ordinarily that should be the secretary of that organization or unit, and he or she should be competent in taking minutes of the meeting. He or she has to know how to capture salient points, salient, important points, not Dr. A said, Professor D said. No, the salient points made, as will be the case within the course of the meeting. Now, you have key elements which are pertinent in the minutes of a meeting, which should be captured, and these include the name of the organization holding that meeting, which will include the date, the time of the meeting, the place of the meetings, people who will attend the meetings, the agenda items. That's also an important one. What are the agenda for the meeting? And then the talking points, when it starts, when it ends, who are the absentees, the deadlines. So all these are aspects which should be captured. Now, though, to effectively write the minutes of the meeting should reflect on the agenda. The person writing should reflect on the agenda, before the meeting commences, maybe a day or two before that meeting. And also to know, because it gives it's a transition, it gives you the ability to know what has been discussed and the next thing to follow, and it prepares your mind on what to do. He or she should also go through the minutes of the previous meeting, so that there will be credence and consistency in what is being discussed. He or she will have the authority to say this and this is where we stopped, and this is the conclusions made. The secretary, more often than not, should develop his or her own format of recording meetings. There are templates which you can get online on which you can use and adapt to suit your own situation, as may be the case. The minutes should be, when you receive it, should be pleasing to the eye. It should be airy. It should communicate. It should communicate, and the PowerPoint should be listed out so that it will be easy to understand. The minutes it's advised that the minute could be written immediately after the meeting, or between 24 or 48 hours after the meeting, whereby the ideas are still fresh, in your memory, and you can put them down, without thinking about what happened, or without engaging in guesswork. which could create havoc for the minutes and even for the organizers. Um, Advice also should be sought. If you're not sure, as a secretary, if you're not sure, you should seek advice from those who attended the meeting or the leadership of the unit or company. Um, I don't really know about the head of an organization, but because you'll be seen to be incompetent. So the person should rather look for those who attended that meeting and thereafter get information to fill in the gap. There should be 4 columns. These 4 columns will include one, the agenda item number one agenda item rather, and then the second one should be the description, something maybe say organizing an office hour should be. Then there's the discussions which you've had, the discussions and summary. The discussion and summary are not going to engage in the nitty-gritty, but rather on the salient points which are raised and the summary. No need calling names of individuals as to that, except if it is very imperative that such is done. Then the action to be taken, the decision to be taken, that's the last line. Then there is after you also have the AOB, any other business. In Nigeria, it's called it's an expectation for the lighter note, but no, the AOB here, participants can raise topics which are dear to heart to them, which have not been captured in the agenda. Items are stated and then a detailed description and summary of what it is all about, So it shouldn't be haphazard. It should rather be the way it should be, Somebody looks at it and says, okay, this item was raised under AOB and it was discussed and this was arrived. If there's a need to execute an issue concerning any other business that was raised, the name or the group who should execute that should also be in place. You also have announcements. The last section is to have announcements, which will include details, the announcements, the importance or significance. If there are dates in the implementation, maybe an announcement that okay, we are getting to Christmas. The meeting has decided to organize rice that is common in Nigeria now, or whatever, and you should go to this place to get it, and all this is the time. So all those information should be captured there. Then the schedule for the next meeting should also be in that in the minutes. When is the meeting taking place? Where is the meeting taking place? Who and who are going to be there and then a preliminary agenda, should also be included, and also the name of the person to contact, which ordinarily should be the secretary. But if the secretariat is large and you have secretary, assistant secretary, a recorder, and so on and so forth, there could be a name or a link. And it could also be a virtual meeting. You indicate that this is going to be a virtual meeting. Lastly, you have the adjournment of the meeting, whereby somebody moves a motion. It should also be captured in the minutes. The time it was moved, the date should also be there. On this date of this meeting, which took place from here to here at this point by 6:30 p.m. or thereabouts, Dr. Kim moved a motion for the conclusion of the meeting, and he was seconded. The name of the seconder should also be there. And with this, you have a clearer picture, a complete and comprehensive picture of what the meeting should be. Now I'm rushing because there's something important that's taking place in my country, Nigeria. Now you have the Senate president. He's supposed to be the third person in line in the leadership of the country, saying that members, Nigerians, should look for free places to eat or something. I don't want to believe that he must have made such an insensitive sentence, which shows an aloofness and a detachment from the suffering that people are passing through at this point. At this point, when the cost of petroleum has skyrocketed, when inflation has gone so up, it's more than 37%. When the income is static, and even the promises, they are not getting it. When you get it, transportation burns up everything. That's such an unfortunate statement to make. And then Senna claims either he will apologize or he will step down from that office. But be that as it may, it also shows that his communication planners are not effectively doing their job. Maybe it's time we actually look for a way to organize seminars for on communication for our office holders, so that issues of empathy, to empathize, to be sensitive to the needs of the people, to appreciate the people and not to create a chasm, not to create a divide whereby you're there sitting and other people are there suffering. No, it is one nation, and we should, what A feels, the president should feel it. The Senate president should feel it. Everybody should feel it. And this is not the time to make such sentences which do not go well with people, because whatever the Senate president or any person in office says, um, it's a reflection of the government, and it's an impression of what the government is all about. And these have been going on for so long. I really do wish that his communication planners should reach out and do a lot more job, get some professionals to discuss with him, to train him, and to caution him on statements to make, whether in private, whether in situ, whether in camera, or whether in public. No, there should be that decorum, there should be that respect for fellow Nigerians, because they're the people who put you there at the end of the day, irrespective of how it was done. That's the little I want to say. We are going to continue from this on and within this week, and we shall try and round up so that we can look at some other aspects of communications which are pertinent to this topic, to this channel, Communication Moments with Dr. Godswill Oke. Please, if you've not subscribed, endeavor to subscribe. I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe and motivate us. Share to other people. Not only share, also inform people about our channel. See you soon. I'm Dr. Godswill Oke with Communication Moments. I'll be with you shortly.